Hello, everyone. Alright, so I know you all have been talking about it. I've been talking about it. Everyone's been talking about it all over the world. And yes, I know I'm in my bedroom watching TV, the light off every night. I always watch TV with the light off. But I want to let you all know that there's a lot going on in the world. But really, I want to address one thing about everybody. We're talking about Afghanistan, Kabul, and the airport there, and the Taliban, and everything else. Because you got you got somebody who's you got every half the world is blaming Joe Biden and saying, oh, it's this country's fault, or it's that country's fault, or this president's fault, or that president's fault. And you got someone else out there who's saying, other half of the world who's saying, we need to, oh, why are they letting this happen, this or that, and everything else. And you got some folks out there who are just, making jokes, being critical, and this and that. Listen, everyone, you can say what you want on the internet or on TV, whatever you want to say, but we have to understand crime and terrorism, crime and terrorism, and a lot of crazy things in the world is going on. And we have to understand you can blame whoever you want to blame, that's on you. But you got to be careful what you say because someone could be blaming you. You never know. But, you know, if there's over 3,000 military soldiers in Afghanistan fighting against the Taliban. 3,000. Maybe there's more of them than the Taliban terrorists, but they can outnumber them all they want, but they need to be smart with this because they need to aim and fire at the Taliban terrorists. Nobody but the Taliban, the ones who have taken over the capital in Kabul in Afghanistan. Now we have to understand that a lot of civilians, are fleeing Afghanistan and they're going to other countries. They wouldn't be doing that for nothing. They're doing that because their government has failed them and they haven't done anything to help them out, and the government's being taken over by the Taliban. And this can happen in any country. It's not just Afghanistan. This can happen in other countries. This has happened in other countries too, from for decades. There's been terrorists like Al Qaeda, ISIS, you, and this and that. Ku Klux Klan were terrorists, and Ku Klux Klan did not do anything that these other terrorists have done to take over the government, wipe out the countries, and this and that. Not even close. Now the Ku Klux Klan are terrorists too. They have killed, they have enslaved, they have done horrible things, especially to African Americans. But the Ku Klux Klan, the original Klan members are no longer alive. They're gone. They're in hell. But the thing is, guys, we have to be smart about this because, like, y'all gotta stop blaming everybody. Stop blaming and start coming up with solutions. See, I'm sorry, but if I was president, these kind of things would not be going on. Because there's so many things that y'all can say what you want in the comments section, but I would not allow those kind of things to happen. I'll send in, yes, the military. I rather have the military fight and defend other countries and be killed fighting for them, fighting against terrorism and fighting for their citizens and fighting and saying, hey, we're not going to let the terrorists invade your country. We're not going to let them kill you. So we're going to kill them before they kill you. You got to kill the terrorists before the terrorists kill you. Because you can't allow those kind of things to happen. If so, then you are just as guilty as a terrorist because you are allowing them to invade and take over your country. You can't allow that to happen. See, they do to you what you allow them to do to you. You can't allow these kind of things to happen. And I don't understand why any country's presidents and government would allow this to happen. Everyone's already going through enough as it is. Why are you letting your citizens suffer like that? And the Afghanistan's president has nowhere to be seen. Where is he at? Was he in Iraq? Was he in other Middle Eastern? In Pakistan? Where is he at? Because he's not in Afghanistan anymore. Everyone's talking about it. It's on the news. He fled the country. You know, it's just, guys. There's just so many things. If I was in charge of America, I would be sending in every military, armed forces, to military, Navy, Coast Guard, Air Force, Marines, any soldiers that you can imagine to fight off the Taliban. It's just like ISIS all over again in the Middle East. It's just like ISIS all over again. Al Qaeda all over again, and what they did with 9/11. Now, 9/11 doesn't really compare to what's going on with the Taliban in Afghanistan in 2021 today, because it's not the same. The thing that's happening there is not like 9/11. So, everyone watching this tonight, listen. I'm addressing this because a lot of you are addressing it. I'm just addressing it to let you know what's going on. For those of you who don't know, my subscribers, my fans, thank God. If you don't, if you're an American, be glad that you live in America, because that could be you in Afghanistan going through what they're going through there with the Taliban. That could be you going through that. And anybody who's watching this, and if you live in Afghanistan, get out of there. Get away from that, because you don't need to be involved in that. You don't want to get yourself killed or hurt there. You got to get away from Afghanistan for a while. But until the Taliban is destroyed, and until they reclaim their capital and everything is back to normal there, and it's safe there in the future, maybe it'll be fine, this and that. You don't want to live there. I mean, maybe in the future everything will be back to normal there. But until then, get out of there. Don't stay there. If you're watching this from Afghanistan, don't stay there. Get away from there. Get out of there, like every other citizen there. Civilians, get out of there. You guys have suffered enough. Get out of there. Otherwise, the Taliban is going to be killing you there, and you don't want that. If you're an Afghanistan citizen, I mean, guys, listen, okay? There's enough going on in any country. I'm glad I'm an American, because I would not want to be living in a country like that. I would want to get out of there immediately. No way, man. Thank God we don't live in a country. Us here, we don't live in a country like that. It's just like, I mean, come on, man. This is crazy. It's like 2021 is becoming worse than 2020. Not just because of the pandemic, but because of what a lot of countries are going through. That's crazy what they're going through there. That's insane. That's evil what the Taliban has done to them. I'm sorry, guys, but there would be no crime, no terrorists, no none of that if I was president. Mark my words. Oh, believe me, mark my words. If I was president, it wouldn't be a thing. Because I'll have all the Taliban wiped off the face of the earth if I was president. But, I'm not president, so no one's got to worry about that. But the world would be better off without criminals like that. Alright, guys, so that's all I have to tell you, and yeah.